Do you ever feel like you're all alone and no one understands as a woman entrepreneur, the overwhelm that you're feeling, that daily pressure, anxiety, stress, like all of it just coming down on you to the point that you can't even breathe? Well, guess what? You're not alone. I've been in your shoes and I'm today going to chat with you about how the bottlenecks in your business might be causing a lot of stress that you're feeling. Hey, my name is Sailynn and welcome to the Sailynn Show. I'm your fun business coach and I am on a mission to empower women to build better businesses so you can live a more fulfilled life. Back in 2007, I started my first business and I can tell you I spent from 2007 to 2010 feeling overwhelmed, anxious, stressed, burnt out, emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted because I was working 80+ hour weeks. And I was so frustrated as a problem solver that I could not figure out what was wrong until I realized I was the problem. And that may or may not be you, but if it sounds like, maybe that is the problem, stay tuned because I have 3 tips to share with you today that is going to help you reduce the overwhelm and anxiety you're feeling as a woman in business. So one of the main things and the main problems that we feel as women is, one, we have to do it all, right? Like we have this fear or pride or sense that we have to be able to handle it all. Like people can't think that we can't juggle all the plates. And the problem is multitasking is proven to be less efficient than when you focus. And the thing about it is when you try and do it all in that pride or that fear holds you back from actually building the business that you went into entrepreneurship to get the freedom, the time, the money, and the financial freedom. So here's what you do about it. One of the things that I was doing that was a huge bottleneck in my business was I was micromanaging people. And it was to the point that it was like my office door was a revolving door. You know, we all have those open door policies and they seem like a genius idea. Well, they are if you've put the systems in place that people come to you when they really need your help, not for every single thing. I sat down with a business coach back in 2010 and poured all my problems and fears and frustrations out to him. And he said to me, Sailynn, you are a teller. And I was like, what the heck is a teller? And he said, when someone has a question, you tell them the answer. You're not giving them the systems and tools and foundation for them to think on their own. So you're feeling that overwhelm, that anxiety, that stress, that pressure, that chaos, because you haven't established the foundations in your business so your team can function on their own, which was causing that revolving door that never stopped or slowed down. Is this sounding at all familiar? If it is, tell me in the comments. Oh my gosh, I can totally relate to the revolving door mentality. So let's talk about what might be some key indicators that you have a bottleneck in your business that is holding you back from success. So number 1, continuous customer complaints. If you are handling your customer complaints or you have a team member that's handling them and they're just constantly coming in, you're seeing a lot of the same complaints, you have a bottleneck issue, right? Something is not functioning properly in your business. You don't have a business foundation, you don't have a business system or process that has not been set up or set up correctly, and it's causing customer complaints. This is bottlenecking your business to handle complaints versus focusing on scaling and growing. The other thing that I see is a lack of minimum standard of service in business. We all want to woo our clients, right? We all want to go above and beyond. But the thing about it is you have to have a minimum standard of service in business. This is what you're going to provide your customers no matter what, no matter the day, the time of the year, or how busy you are. These are the things that you're always going to provide. So customer A doesn't come in and get wooed, and then customer C comes in and barely gets the information that you promised. So you want to look and see if you're missing a minimum standard of service in your business for your customers, and see if that is what is a bottleneck in your business, keeping you busy on fixing things versus, again, scaling, growing, and finding time freedom. The other huge bottleneck that I see in business is late deliveries, right? You promise to get someone back on it for their business, right? And it's late. Or you promise to deliver your product but a certain time in the mail, but it's late because you didn't get it in the mail in time for the delivery to happen. If you're constantly feeling like you're just running from task to task to task and you never can get ahead, it's most likely because you have a bottleneck in your business. So how do you recognize whether you have a bottleneck in your business? Maybe you constantly have a to-do list that is just overwhelming, never ending, and you feel like you're drowning in it. Team members are asking you questions, customers are asking you questions, suppliers, vendors, everyone is just constantly coming at you. This could be a clear indicator that you have a bottleneck in your business that is keeping you stuck that at your current revenue level, or keeping you stuck working too many hours. Or it could be something that you have a bottleneck in a business because of your fear. So many of the women I work with in business have a fear of technology or a fear of hiring a team member. And so what happens is that fear holds them back, it becomes a bottleneck, and it keeps them stuck and stagnant, not allowing them to build the business of their dreams. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to identify the barriers that might be holding you back in business. That can be I can do it all, right? I have to multitask all the time. Those fears that are holding you back, that sense of pride that only I can do it, right? Or anything along those lines. Those are barriers that are holding you back from the business that you truly want to build. And here's the thing, when you identify the barriers, and I know this is not easy, like you need to go deep within and be honest with yourself, and you need to say, okay, if I took a step back out of my business and I was really truly honest with myself and my business about what was going on, what is holding me back? What are those barriers? Then that is how you get to the root of how to fix the problem and figure out what's going on. The biggest barrier that I see in business is women who are constantly busy, but you're busy on the wrong things. Inside my signature course, the Legacy Business School, I have a tool called the Time Freedom Finder. And what this is a 7-day time study where I ask you to write down every single thing you do for 7 days straight from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you close them at night. And the reason for this is because we don't understand where we're spending our time. Now, if you've been an employee before and had a boss ask you to do this, I've been there. I completely understand that this might seem like a waste of time. You're asking me to write this down when I have no extra time, but I can tell you the women who are inside of my program and they do this activity and they really take it seriously, they are the ones that sometimes literally can cut their workload in half. Yes, I said cut your workload in half, because what I have you do in that activity is group the items that you find during that 7-day period into 3 categories. And those 3 categories are eye-opening. So if you're a woman entrepreneur who's been struggling in business and you're really thinking to yourself, this has to be my year, I want to give you a behind-the-scenes look into how I shifted from 80-hour overwhelmed work weeks to just 16 while I was able to triple my business revenue, 4x my personal paycheck, and yes, reduce my workload by more than 75%. Inside the Legacy Blueprint Masterclass, I give you a behind-the-scenes look at my unique system called the Legacy Business System. This is a 4-pillar system that I developed back in 2010 when I went on the journey to fix my business. I go through each pillar in the free masterclass, and I give you the exact steps that I used in order to turn my business around and finally build a business that was the one that I had dreamt about before I became an entrepreneur. You can watch this instantly right now at www.passionpurposeposture.com/legacy business blueprint. And it is going to give you the 4 pillars that you can implement today inside of your business to go from overwhelm, exhaustion, and burnt out to being able to build a business that aligns with your dreams, the lifestyle you have been craving, and give you everything you wanted out of entrepreneurship. So head to the description of this video and check out the Legacy Business Blueprint Masterclass. As I said, this is exactly what I used to go from those overwhelming 80-hour weeks to just 16 and tripling my business revenue. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please like this video if you found it valuable. Comment and let me know what is the biggest bottleneck in your business, and I'll give you some ideas on how to fix it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel where I release new videos every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for being here, and remember to live the one life you love.